crafty friends, it's Sheree. How's everybody doing today? Welcome to my channel, Turquoise Dreaming. So glad you're here. I'm starting a new project, and I wasn't planning on doing this project or this project next or anything like that. But I brought this little notebook binder home from the thrift store. I thought it was so cute. It's like in perfect condition. We've got what looks like blue denim here and this blue and white gingham. Here's the inside. It says Hallmark Stories right there. This is all that was. There was nothing in here when I got it from the thrift store. It's a 6-ring binder. Has these little things on the end that you can open it with. Their rings are in perfect condition. They all go right together. So I don't know how old it is. Oh, there is a copyright here. Didn't realize. Oh, no. That says Hallmark. Yeah, no copyright. Okay. Anyway, I got it from a thrift store. So, I wasn't planning on this project, but I got it out, and I had it on my dresser behind me, and I was making my last journal, the Disney binder journal, and I had this piece of ephemera that I had cut out just by coincidence, and I had this sitting on my dresser, and I just laid this down, just putting it in back of me, not really trying anything, auditioning anything, nothing, planning anything. And I was like, oh my goodness, that is so cute. When I got done with whatever, I think I was doing a video, and I turned around and I was kind of cleaning up, and I was like, that is so cute. I love that on here. I love that on this notebook. And I'm like, okay, I guess this is going to be my next project, because I can't even stand it. It's so cute. So it's this first day of school. You can see the mom and the little girl there. So I pulled out, I've had this crayon fabric forever and have never used any of it. When I saw it, I think I got it at Walmart. I don't know if they have it now, but they might. And when I saw it at Walmart, I thought it was so cute. I got like 4 of them, at least, maybe 5. But I've never used it, so I thought, here's my chance. So I'm going to say I'm going to use school-related and different colors to match these kind of like primary colors in this. This is going to be a binder journal, but I'm not, I mean, I guess I'll call it a back-to-school journal, but it can be whatever kind of journal you want to be. It could be back to school back to school, your child's starting school, your grandchild starting school. Maybe you never had a journal or anything for your kids, or a scrapbook or anything, but you want to you have a bunch of stuff you want to put somewhere. It could go in here, type of thing. So we're going to work on this cover today. I already got this piece of fabric ready because I want to cover this spine, just because I will probably have a little bit of this blue and white gingham showing, but and I like the color, but it's a little plain, right? Don't you think? It's a little plain. Besides, I want to use this fabric for, now's my chance. So, and the thing of it is, I thought this was super cute on here, but it's even more cute with this behind it, this red to match the red in her dress in the first day. This is like a true red, and this is like a true red, red and white gingham. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to go ahead and put this fabric on here. There may be some trim added later. I just haven't picked that out yet. If I do pick out, I like the frayed edge, so I might just leave the frayed edge if I don't want to put fabric on here, trim on here, but I have a lot of trim, so I can see myself putting some type of fabric, rickrack or little daisy trim or whatever. But anyway, I think this is going to be super cute, and since I have all this stuff out, instead of putting it away, I thought, let me just go ahead and do this one. So, I don't know if the timing's off, but it doesn't really matter. I'm just going to do it anyway. So I can see this seems like it's, I'm putting this glue over fabric, and it seems like it might be seeping in a little bit, like the fabric might be almost like soaking it up. So I'm going to have to put a lot on here to get started. And I measured it to go right, you know, cover this. Yeah, and when I bought this, I thought this size of a little notebook was cute. I'll tell you the size in a second. Let me, but the pages will be, you know, from the notebook rings out. So we'll measure that too at some point. I'm going to just line this up right with where that denim ends. So this would be cute just as, you know, as is, as using the blue, but when I saw that little card on there, I just was like, oh my goodness, that is so cute. I have to do that, to do something with that right now. So I am. Okay, and then we'll do that. Put this over that. I have done this several times before, making a binder journal into a notebook or a journal, and you may have seen me work on one or two. I've made recipe journals like this, and different journals, different themed kind of garden. And I even made one for myself, which is it was my friend journal, and it was made from a Better Homes and Gardens cookbook that was really messed up. The cover was really messed up, and I completely covered it inside and out, spine, everything, with something. So, but I did put fabric. I do like putting fabric on the spine of a binder journal like this, because it's nice and flexible. You don't ever have to worry about it cracking or anything like you might with any kind of paper or cardstock. Paper might, you know, wear out or whatever. You're always, you know, bending it back and forth with the cover opening and closing. And cardstock might crack, so I mean, eventually, maybe not right away, but fabric, I don't think so. I don't think anything's going to happen to the fabric. So, all right, I think I might have enough on there. This one's almost empty, and I have a backup here, but this one's coming out good, so I would like to try to use as much of this one as I can. I'm going to keep it upside down here. Let me put the lid on for a second though and turn it upside down over here beside me. So I hope you're all having a good day. All right, let's wrap this around the spine now, nice and smooth and tight. Let me see how it's going to go into, like, you know, where it folds and things like that. So I've got a pretty deep groove here. I'm going to make sure it's down in there. And then spread it out over the spine. And then the groove over here. I don't know if I have glue in that yet though. But I know I do over here, so this is all nice and glued down. Let's look at this side now. How are we doing? Okay, yeah, I did put glue in that groove over here, which is right here. Let me get my bone folder. All right, and I'm spreading it out so that I can make sure it's there we go. Okay, so it's right there. All right, here we go. Now we need to put glue. And I left quite a bit, because this back is so plain looking. I let the fabric go out over the back quite a bit to add some, you know, interest back there. And maybe we'll put something else back here too. Maybe a drawing card back there too, or something. Who knows? Maybe a pocket. I don't know what I'll find. I haven't planned that out yet. But let's put some glue back here. Alright, we're going to go back to about that right there is where the fabric goes. So if I don't have it out to the edge, I'll get that at the end. I mean, not at the end, but after I get this down. Alright. yeah, I'm having to use more glue here because this is putting. I don't think I've ever put glue on fabric before, actually. I've only put it like, you know, it's been a, whatever books are covered with besides fabric. It's always been that, not fabric. So this is a little different. But it's sticking down just fine. It's just, it looks like you have to make sure you have enough glue on here, which, as you can see, I'm putting quite a bit. I'm going to probably use up this bottle right here. No, there's quite a bit in here, but quite a bit to use up. It's always like the never-ending bottle of glue when you're trying to use up a bottle of glue. It doesn't ever want to end. I still have another one turned upside down here that I can't seem to get the last strip out of. Another Fabri-Tac. All right, so I think I've got quite a bit there. Like, my hand is starting to hurt. I'm squeezing so hard to get this out. All right. That's why I'm leaving it upside down. Okay. All right, let me get the glue off of there, glue glob. And try to clean up my craft room. Put away some Thrifty Thursday stuff. But I'm not quite there yet. I did clean up my table, and my dresser behind me is all cleaned up. But I just need to put away this Thrifty Thursday stuff. I've been doing a little thrifting this year. But last year I didn't really do much of any thrifting, and that's the nice thing about not thrifting, is you don't have to worry about finding a place for the new things you bring home, or having them sit around while you're waiting to put them away, things like that. So for me, a person that likes to keep their craft room really cleaned up, that's a good thing, right? Yeah, it is for me. Other people might not mind, but every time I come in here, I'm like, oh gosh, where am I going to put this stuff? And then I say, Sheree, you are not going thrifting this week. I think that's enough for now. And I really am saying that to myself. And I'm probably really going to do that. It's just that it's so nice now, the weather. I love a warm March. I love a warm March. The last 2 years, our March here in where I am in North Carolina, have been cold. And I haven't been able to get outside and do any gardening. And this year, it's already up to like 78 and 80. And I love it because I can get out and do my gardening before the yellow pollen comes, believe it or not. I mean, the yellow pollen is here, but it's not full force yet. So I've been able to get outside when the yellow pollen is so thick that it just covers your car in solid yellow. That's when I can't get outside. It's just, you know, too much for my allergies. I mean, everything goes crazy, so my nose, my eyes, my mouth, the top of my roof of my mouth itches. It's horrible. Okay, so, but this year, you know, kind of got a jump start because warm March, I got out and got some gardening yard work done, and now I can just kind of run out and do a quick thing if I need to when the pollen comes, you know, like water my plants or something like that. But I won't be doing any planting or weeding my flower pots or anything like that. I already did all that. I need to cut this evenly. Let's see, so I might fray it a little bit too, but there's a little bit that's sticking up over the top here. And then we're going to check the edge of the back too, make sure we got that solidly glued down. But yeah, I can see myself putting some rickrack on here, or some flower trim, or who knows what else I'll find in my stash. I do have other trims I need to use. Gingham, well, I'm not going to put gingham over gingham. I do have good gingham ribbon, but I would use something else. Okay, looking good. So this is the way I can figure out, well, this is the front with the blue gingham on it. And this is, you know, up right here, so that helps for the moment. So let's see how we're going to do this. Oh, let's see if we got that down solid. Yeah, we need a little bit more glue there real quick. But yeah, I got I'm not, I used to plant a whole big garden, not big, but say I had one, two, three, four raised beds. But I'm not doing that. The last couple of times or a few times I planted my raised beds, they didn't really grow anything. So I was like, well, I'm not doing all that work if I'm not going to get any harvest. So I stopped doing that and just went to some containers on my deck, which I have part of my deck is out in the sun, so that's where I can grow whatever I want to grow. And I decided to grow flowers, so I've got perennials out there that come up every year. Now, at first I didn't, and I've transferred to perennials, so that's even less work, right? I just have to, if there's any weeds or leaves or, to clean those out and let the new growth come up in those. I've got two I need to put something in, but I have some daylilies that have sprouted up, sprouted some new little plants over to the side in a pot. So I might put some of those daylilies in one of those pots at least, and then see what I do with the other one. For the rest of them, I'll have perennials. They're coming back. And also I had marigolds last year, so I have quite a few pots where I just replant the marigold seeds from last year, and they all grew last year. So we'll see if they grow again this year. I've had times where they didn't regrow, the seeds didn't grow, but I left the seeds outside. They say you're supposed to overwinter them or put them in the freezer or something. So I just left them out in the cold. And that worked last year, so let's see if it works this year. So I've got all those planted except for two where I need to replant the daylilies in one and figure out what I want to do with the other one. And then I have two very large container big pots. And I need to figure out, do I want to cover this completely or leave? I kind of want to leave some of the gingham showing, but I kind of don't know if I do. I kind of do though. I mean, she's got a blue suit on and maybe a little bit more than like that or like that. Yeah, I like that right there. Kind of about a good ½ an inch or so. So about like that. Yeah, see that? Like a little frame, almost like a little picture frame. Okay, so, and then I will want it to go, I don't want it to go over the fabric. I want to be able to maybe tuck it right up under, so about right there. I'm gonna make a little mark right here. A little pencil mark. I'm gonna cut there. And so this will go something like that. And then down here, let's see. Let me place this where I want it. So about right like that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that would mean right here I would cut. All right, we're going to try it. Boom, boom. And I don't want to cut all of this. I want to leave this in case I want to, I want to maximize the rest of this. So let me see how I can do that. Let me see. Yeah, I think I can make this into this part right here. Can be 2 pages in here. I think that they will fit. As far as the length, that would be perfect, almost perfect to cut it in half and make 2 pages in here. Okay, so I'm going to cut right here all the way down. And then the other piece that's on underneath here that I'm going to be cutting off can always be a journaling card or a pocket, or it can even be a page too. It can be a smaller page. Okay, or a backing for something or something. Well, I'll figure something out. You know I will. I always use a lot of my scraps when I'm making a journal. And I think that I will, of course, round the corners. I don't want to show you the other side of this because it's very pretty. I don't even want to see it myself. I looked for one-sided gingham scrapbook paper in my stash, and I didn't seem to have any true red. So that's why I'm using this piece right here. It's the only piece of true red that I could find at the moment. Okay, so let's see, do I want to overlap? Let's see. So I had it right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I had it right here. I like it. I kind of like it overlapped. I was thinking I would want it tucked under. Here it is tucked under. Okay, let's just see both ways because I seem to have a little leeway here. Nope, nope, I don't like that. So maybe I want it overlapping. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. I have to count right here. 1, 2. Okay, so right there. And then over a little bit. So just barely be overlapping. And that's probably where I'll have my trim too, whatever trim I end up putting on here. And I can line it up pretty good with these lines. So, and then this will be like that. It doesn't show very much, but it shows enough to bring out, I mean, it shows just enough. You know what I mean? I think it really does show just enough to showcase this little piece. I kind of love it. I kind of really love it. Okay. I showed you. I showed you. You gotta do what you gotta do sometimes, right? Okay. Let's glue it down. Hopefully I can get it in the right spot. Okay, so back to my gardening and my yard work. No, I killed weeds. I told you that last week. I killed some more weeds this week. And I'm just trying to get whatever I want to get done before the heavy pollen is almost here. I can feel my roof of my mouth getting itchy today. So this weekend, I got some tomato plants. I just got 2. I got a cherry tomato and then a regular, a plant that would bear, should bear and hopefully will bear regular sized tomatoes. So, it's just me and my husband, so that'll hopefully be enough tomatoes for us. Hopefully it'll give us plenty of tomatoes for the summer. And yeah, so those are planted. And I just have a few more flower pots to clean out. I cleaned out all the ones on my deck, and those are all good, except for I got to plant, like I said, in 2 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So right there. And I have a little shed where I keep my stuff. I store my holiday stuff, so when I am ready to decorate, I can go and get it myself, and I don't have to ask anybody to get it down from anywhere, or, So anyway, I'll put my little shed. My little shed has a little front porch. It's kind of cute, and so I decorate around it. I have some little potted plants around the front of that, so I need to go clean those out next weekend. That's my next weekend's gardening project. Okay. I'm just going to smooth this out with my hand so I don't mess anything up with I don't want to make any marks or dents or anything with my bone folder. So I'm just using my hand. Something smooth, right? And then the main focal point here. So, yeah, I'm excited because I can look out my kitchen window and see my deck where the plants are. They're right below and right outside my kitchen window now. So I get to go look at them. They're not blooming yet, of course. They're all perennial, so they're kind of like long. I like the perennials that pop up in the spring and everything. I have some daffodils up on my mailbox. But, the ones I have on my deck are the ones that kind of like bloom. When they start blooming, when it gets a little warmer towards summer, they bloom like all summer long. You know what I mean? So, one of them is a knockout rose. If you have a knockout rose, let me know. because I love the one I got. It's only one I have, but so far anyway. And it's in a pot on my deck. And last year was my first year of having it. And it was just gorgeous all summer long. I love it. And the leaves came right back. Now, as soon as we got some warm weather, it's all got new leaves on it now. And it's looking beautiful and healthy. So I'm really, because it was a little, those are not, what I spend on plants, that was expensive for me. $25 for one plant. You know what I mean? I was like, but it was so beautiful at the store, and I looked at them for years, and I finally got one, and it's gorgeous. I really love it, looking out and seeing all those rose blooms. Okay, there it is. So cute. I like the crayon fabric on there. I mean, it has the red, and it has lots of different colors that we can bring into the inside. And so I guess I could stop there if you don't mind. And we could go on, but let's stop there and work on it some more tomorrow if you don't mind. And we'll put some pretty paper in here and some pockets and things. So let's work on the inside tomorrow and see what we can come up with with that. And maybe I'll get some trim out too. So yeah, I hope you like the start of this one, and let me know what you think. I think it's super cute. I kind of love it. I kind of really love it. So thanks for watching today. I'm excited now. So I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good day.